Hello, everyone. I want to begin with an honest reflection, one you may have never thought about, or perhaps one you've been avoiding. I want you to pause and think for a moment about something you are still holding onto, even though it no longer serves you. It can be something as simple as keeping an antique in your room that takes up space meant for new things. You know it is no longer trendy, and that you can replace it with a nicer one, a vase that blooms more beautifully. Yet, your room somehow feels empty without it. Now think of this vase as something else, a habit, an insecurity, a friendship, or even a relationship. You feel safe, but not satisfied. You feel comfortable, but not carefree. You feel stuck, yet in a place that feels familiar. By now, you probably know what I'm talking about. But the real question is, why can't we let go? Why can't we leave the places that don't value us? The friendships that aren't reciprocal, the relationships that make us doubt our standards, or the job that's underestimating our capacities. Why can't we let go of habits that limit us, habits that influence the way we think, act, and live? Why can't we let go of insecurities keeping us from living life to the fullest, or even fears that stop us from experiencing new things? In fact, most of us have been taught from a young age that staying means loyalty, and leaving means ungratefulness. We are told that habits shape us and that our insecurities define us. We often mistake time for security, titles for commitments, and being rooted anywhere for truly rising. And sometimes we don't leave not just because we are happy in it, but because we are scared. Afraid that leaving will make everything collapse. Afraid that we won't find better. Afraid that if we walk away, we will lose a part of ourselves with it. But what if the very thing we are holding onto is the reason we cannot grow? What if the weight we carry so tightly is the same weight keeping us from becoming who we are meant to be? Yet, once you gather the courage, everything becomes easier. You walk away from that friend you've known forever, the one whose friendship was built more on jealousy than genuine love. You let go of the person who was never sure about you, or the one who hurt you over and over while you stayed, hoping they would finally change. You finally give up the habits that have been holding you back, the ones quietly stealing your progress day after day. And you stop listening to the insecurities that kept you from truly living, from becoming who you're meant to be. And sometimes letting go is quiet. Sometimes it's waking up one day and realizing you no longer deserve to beg for love, understanding, respect, and communication. Sometimes it's choosing peace over proving a point. I'm not here today to speak like a psychologist nor a scientist. I'm speaking as someone who couldn't let go, as someone who stayed attached to things that only drained her, who held on to situations that were already broken. I used to think that leaving would hurt more than staying, simply because I had already been in it for so long. But let me tell you this, I've learned it the hard way. Leaving is the best thing you can ever do, because every beautiful thing in life requires space. Growth requires space. Peace requires space. Self-respect requires space. And when your life is overcrowded with pain, guilt, fear, or attachment, there is no room left for new beginnings to enter. I still ask myself some days, how did I stay? How did I break myself into pieces just to keep others whole? How did I shrink my own voice, silence my own needs, and become someone I barely recognized? And then I look at who I am now, and I tell myself, I'm proud of you. Because even if I once lacked the courage, the awareness, and the power to leave, today I carry all three. That's when Rooted and Rising began to change meaning for me. Being rooted isn't about staying in one place. It's about being grounded enough in yourself to know when it's time to move into better soil, where your rise becomes seen and felt by yourself and others. But there's something people don't talk about enough. When you've had to let go over and over again, something inside you changes. You start building walls without even noticing. You start believing that attachment itself is dangerous, that caring too deeply will only lead you back to the same kind of pain. You tell yourself, don't chase it, Don't go after it too much. Stop feeling this way. Don't risk it all again. But the truth is more subtle than this. You didn't lose your ability to attach, you refined it. You learned the hard way where not to place your heart. It's not that you can't love, trust, or connect again. It's that now you know the difference between what nurtures you and what slowly breaks you. And that shift, that powerful, quiet awareness is what truly sets you off. And today, I can say this with quiet certainty. I am rooted in a love for myself that no longer depends on external validation. And because of that, I rise with standards that protect my growth. I am surrounded by people who meet me with consistency, with intention, with respect. And because of that, I'm truly grateful. So if you leave here today with one reflection, let it be this. Are you rooted and rising, or are you just afraid to move where you could rise? Being rooted isn't about staying in one place, because flowers do not grow in every environment, and neither do people. It's the strongest thing you can do. It's not forcing yourself to bloom in places that only know how to drain you. Rooted is not about being untouchable. It's about becoming unshakable. It is about loving yourself deeply enough to create boundaries that honor that love. It is about understanding that access to you is a privilege, not an entitlement. And when you truly believe that, you stop shrinking, you stop settling, you stop chasing. You stand grounded, certain, and whole. And from that place, you rise. Thank you.